Hey everyone, welcome back to Speak Next English podcast, your favorite learning show today.
If you're new here, hit that subscribe button right now for amazing content.
Today's topic is super exciting because we're discussing confident English speaking skills daily.
Yes, and we'll share practical tips to help you talk like a leader.
Communication is so important in our modern world. Don't you think so, James?
Absolutely, Sophia. Being able to express yourself clearly opens so many wonderful doors.
Let me ask you something, James. When did you start improving your speaking?
I think it was during my university days when I joined debates.
That's interesting because many people feel nervous when they speak in public situations.
You're right, but confidence comes from practice and learning the right techniques consistently.
So let's start with the basics of building strong communication skills together today.
First, understand that confidence isn't about being perfect in every single conversation you have.
Exactly. It's about expressing your ideas clearly without worrying about small mistakes constantly.
Many learners think they need perfect grammar before they start speaking English confidently.
But that's actually a myth because fluency comes before accuracy in language learning.
Right, when babies learn to talk, they don't worry about grammar rules first.
They just speak, make mistakes, learn, and gradually improve their skills over time, naturally.
Imagine a baby saying, "Let me check my grammar book before talking."
That would be hilarious. But sadly, many adults approach learning exactly this wrong way.
So the first tip is to start speaking without fear of mistakes today.
Now let's talk about vocabulary, which is the foundation of good communication skills.
You don't need to know 50,000 words to speak confidently in English daily.
Research shows that knowing just 3,000 common words covers most everyday conversations perfectly.
The key is using the words you know effectively in different situations repeatedly.
For example, the word get has so many different meanings in English language usage.
Yes, like get up, get ready, get going, get together, get along well.
See how one simple word can be used in multiple ways throughout the day?
That's the beauty of English. It's flexible and creative in so many ways.
Instead of learning rare words, focus on using common words in various contexts daily.
What about pronunciation, Sophia? Many learners struggle with that particular aspect quite often.
Great question. Pronunciation is important, but it doesn't have to be absolutely perfect always.
There are many English accents worldwide: British, American, Australian, Indian, and more variations too.
The goal isn't to sound like a native speaker from one specific region exactly.
The goal is to be clear and understandable so people comprehend your message.
Think about famous leaders like Mahatma Gandhi or Nelson Mandela speaking English powerfully.
They had accents, but their message was so powerful that everyone listened carefully.
Clarity matters more than accent, so focus on speaking clearly and with confidence.
Now let's discuss body language, because communication isn't just about words we say.
You're absolutely right. Studies show that nonverbal communication represents over 55% effectiveness.
When you speak, maintain good eye contact with the person you're talking with.
Eye contact shows confidence, interest, and respect for the other person in conversation.
Also, stand or sit with good posture because your body reflects your confidence.
Slouching makes you look unsure, while standing tall shows you're prepared and confident.
Use hand gestures naturally to emphasize important points in your conversation with others.
But don't overdo it because too many gestures can be distracting for listeners.
Yeah, nobody wants to look like they're directing traffic while speaking casually.
Balance is key in everything we do, including how we communicate with people.
Let's talk about speaking pace now, because this is crucial for clear communication.
Many nervous speakers talk too fast because they want to finish speaking very quickly.
But speaking too fast makes it hard for listeners to understand your message.
On the other hand, speaking too slowly can make you sound uncertain or boring.
The ideal pace is natural, like you're having a relaxed conversation with friends.
Practice by recording yourself and listening to how fast or slow you speak.
You can also watch English speakers on TV and notice their speaking pace.
Try to match their rhythm and flow when you practice speaking English daily.
Another important aspect is pausing at the right moments during your speech today.
Pauses give listeners time to process what you've said and understand it better.
They also give you time to think about what you'll say next clearly.
Don't be afraid of silence because pauses make you sound thoughtful and confident.
Now, Sophia, what about dealing with nervousness when speaking in front of many people?
Nervousness is completely normal. Even experienced speakers feel it before presenting something important today.
The trick is to accept the nervousness and work with it positively.
Deep breathing helps calm your nerves before you start speaking to an audience.
Take 3 deep breaths. Inhale slowly through your nose, exhale through your mouth.
This activates your parasympathetic nervous system and reduces stress hormones in your body.
Also, remember that the audience wants you to succeed. They're not your enemies.
They're there to hear your ideas and learn something valuable from your presentation.
I remember my first presentation. I was shaking and sweating so much then.
What helped you overcome that fear and become the confident speaker you are today?
Honestly, it was just doing it repeatedly until it became comfortable and natural eventually.
That's the secret. Exposure therapy works wonders for overcoming fear of public speaking.
The more you speak, the less scary it becomes over time naturally.
Let's discuss the power of storytelling in effective communication skills now, shall we?
Yes, stories are incredibly powerful because they engage emotions and create memorable experiences.
When you tell a story, people pay attention and connect with you emotionally.
Leaders throughout history have used storytelling to inspire, motivate, and lead people effectively.
Think about how Martin Luther King Jr. used storytelling in his famous speeches.
His I Have a Dream speech is full of vibrant imagery and stories.
He painted a picture with his words that people could see clearly in minds.
That's what makes storytelling so effective in communication and leadership roles today, always.
When you're speaking, try to include relevant stories or examples from real life.
Personal stories work especially well because they're authentic and relatable to most listeners.
For example, if you're talking about overcoming challenges, share your own struggle story.
People connect with vulnerability and honesty more than they connect with perfect success.
Ha, nobody likes someone who claims they've never made any mistakes ever before.
Exactly, showing your human side makes you more approachable and likable to audiences.
Now let's talk about active listening, because communication is a two-way street.
You can't be a good speaker if you're not a good listener first.
Active listening means fully focusing on the person speaking without planning your response.
Many people listen just to reply rather than to truly understand the message.
When someone is talking, give them your complete attention and don't interrupt them.
Show your listening by nodding, making eye contact, and giving verbal feedback occasionally.
Say things like, "I see, that makes sense," or "tell me more" to encourage.
This makes the other person feel valued and respected in the conversation, always.
Good listeners become good speakers because they understand how communication truly works effectively.
Let's discuss vocabulary building strategies that actually work for English learners today now.
Instead of memorizing word lists, learn vocabulary in context through reading and listening.
When you encounter a new word, write it down with the sentence exactly.
This helps you understand how the word is used in real situations naturally.
Also, try to use new words in your own sentences within 24 hours.
This reinforces the memory and helps transfer the word to your active vocabulary.
Read books, articles, and watch videos on topics that interest you personally very much.
When you're interested in the content, learning new words becomes fun and easy.
I learned so much vocabulary by reading novels and watching English movies regularly.
That's a great point because entertainment makes learning feel less like work.
Now let's talk about how to speak like a leader in professional situations.
Leaders speak with authority, but not with arrogance. There's a big difference, actually.
Authority comes from knowledge, preparation, and confidence in your subject matter completely today.
Before any important conversation or presentation, research your topic thoroughly and prepare well always.
Know your material so well that you can explain it in simple terms.
Einstein said, if you can't explain something simply, you don't understand it well.
That's so true. Complexity often hides lack of understanding underneath the surface clearly.
Leaders also use positive language instead of negative language in their communication style always.
For example, instead of saying, "Don't worry," say, "Everything will be fine soon."
Positive framing makes people feel more confident and optimistic about the future ahead.
Also, leaders take responsibility for their words and actions without blaming others constantly.
They say, I made a mistake instead of mistakes were made by someone else.
This shows integrity and builds trust with the people you're communicating with daily.
Let's talk about asking good questions because this is an underrated communication skill.
Asking questions shows curiosity, intelligence, and genuine interest in the conversation happening now.
There are two types of questions, closed questions and open-ended questions, basically.
Closed questions can be answered with yes or no, like, "Did you enjoy it?"
Open-ended questions require detailed answers, like what did you enjoy most about it?
Open-ended questions create better conversations because they encourage people to share more.
Use words like what, how, why, and tell me more to ask questions.
Avoid asking too many questions at once because it can overwhelm the person.
Give them time to answer one question before moving to the next one.
Good questions show you're thinking deeply about the topic and valuing their input.
Now let's discuss speaking with emotion because monotone voices are boring to listen to.
Imagine listening to someone speak in the same flat tone for hours.
That would be terrible. Emotion and variety make speech interesting and engaging always.
Vary your pitch, volume, and tone to emphasize different parts of your message.
When you're excited about something, let your voice show that excitement naturally today.
When you're serious, lower your tone and speak more deliberately and slowly.
This vocal variety keeps listeners engaged and helps convey your message more effectively.
Practice reading out loud with different emotions to develop this skill over time.
Read happy passages happily, sad passages sadly, and exciting passages with energy and enthusiasm.
This might feel silly at first, but it really helps improve your speaking.
Let's talk about handling difficult conversations with grace and confidence now, shall we?
Difficult conversations are inevitable in life, whether at work or in personal relationships.
The key is to approach them with empathy and a desire to understand.
Start with something positive before addressing the issue at hand directly and clearly.
This is called the sandwich method. Positive, negative, positive feedback structure always works.
Use I statements instead of you statements to avoid sounding accusatory or harsh.
For example, say, I felt hurt when that happened, not you hurt me badly.
This takes ownership of your feelings without blaming the other person directly.
Listen to their perspective without interrupting and try to understand their point clearly.
Remember, the goal is resolution, not winning an argument against them today.
Difficult conversations handled well can actually strengthen relationships over time significantly and positively.
Now let's discuss the importance of clarity in communication. It's absolutely essential.
Clarity means being specific and concrete rather than vague and abstract always.
Instead of saying, "Let's meet soon," say, "Let's meet on Tuesday at 3."
Instead of I need this quickly, say I need this by Friday afternoon.
Specific communication prevents misunderstandings and saves time for everyone involved in the process.
Also, avoid jargon and technical terms unless you're sure everyone understands them.
If you must use technical terms, explain them briefly in simple language.
Remember, the purpose of communication is to be understood clearly by everyone.
I once worked with someone who used fancy words nobody understood.
What happened in that situation? Did it cause problems for the team?
Yes, people were confused and frustrated because they couldn't understand the instructions given.
That's a perfect example of why clarity is more important than sounding impressive.
Let's talk about cultural differences in communication because we live in a world.
Yes, different cultures have different communication styles and norms to follow respectfully always.
In some cultures, direct communication is valued and appreciated by everyone there.
In others, indirect communication is preferred to maintain harmony and respect today.
For example, in Western cultures, saying no directly is generally acceptable always.
But in many Asian cultures, indirect refusals are more polite and appropriate.
Understanding these differences helps you communicate effectively with people from various backgrounds.
When in doubt, observe how others communicate and adapt your style accordingly.
Show respect for cultural differences and be open to learning new ways.
This cultural intelligence is crucial for leaders in our globalized world today.
Let's discuss the power of silence in communication now. It's often overlooked.
Many people are uncomfortable with silence and feel the need to fill it.
But silence can be a powerful tool when used strategically in conversations.
After asking a question, resist the urge to fill the silence immediately.
Give the other person time to think and formulate their response carefully.
Silence can also be used to emphasize a point you've just made.
Pause after saying something important to let it sink in properly.
This gives listeners time to process and reflect on your words thoughtfully.
In negotiations, silence can even be a powerful tool to maintain leverage.
So don't fear silence, embrace it as part of effective communication, always.
Now let's talk about giving and receiving feedback with grace and openness.
Feedback is essential for growth, but it must be given thoughtfully and carefully.
When giving feedback, be specific about what you observed, not general impressions.
Instead of, "You're not a good presenter," say, "You spoke too fast today."
This makes the feedback actionable rather than just critical and discouraging for them.
Also, balance criticism with recognition of what they did well in presentation.
When receiving feedback, listen without getting defensive or making excuses immediately there.
Thank the person for their feedback, even if you disagree with it.
You can always process it later and decide what to do wisely.
Remember, feedback is a gift that helps you improve and grow continuously.
Let's discuss how to speak confidently in job interviews, a common challenge.
Job interviews are stressful, but preparation can significantly boost your confidence levels greatly.
Research the company thoroughly and understand what they do and their values.
Prepare answers to common interview questions, but don't memorize them word for word.
Instead, know the key points you want to make clearly and naturally.
Practice answering questions out loud, not just in your head.
Speaking out loud helps you hear how you sound and improve accordingly.
During the interview, take a moment to think before answering questions asked.
It's okay to say, "That's a great question, let me think," briefly.
This shows thoughtfulness rather than uncertainty in your demeanor and approach today, always.
Speak clearly, maintain good posture, and make eye contact with the interviewer.
Remember, an interview is a conversation, not an interrogation or test, necessarily.
They want to get to know you, so let your personality shine through.
Don't be a robot reciting rehearsed answers mechanically without any emotion.
Be authentic, be yourself, and show enthusiasm for the opportunity presented there.
Now, let's talk about public speaking tips for presentations and speeches today.
Public speaking terrifies many people, but it's a learnable skill, definitely.
Start by knowing your audience. Who are they and what do they need?
Tailor your message to their interests, needs, and level of understanding clearly.
Have a clear structure, introduction, main points, and conclusion, always in presentations.
Tell them what you'll tell them, then tell them what you told them.
This repetition helps key messages stick in people's minds after your presentation.
Use visual aids like slides, but don't make them too text-heavy.
Slides should support your talk, not be your talk written on screen.
Practice your presentation multiple times, but don't memorize it word for word.
Know your material well enough to speak naturally and handle questions confidently.
During the presentation, scan the entire room, not just one section.
This makes everyone feel included and engaged in what you're saying today.
If you make a mistake, don't apologize excessively, just correct and move on.
The audience probably didn't notice anyway, so don't draw attention to it.
End with a strong conclusion that reinforces your main message powerfully.
Let's discuss networking and small talk, important skills for building relationships effectively.
Many people struggle with small talk because they think it's superficial conversation.
But small talk is actually the gateway to deeper connections and relationships.
It's how we establish rapport and find common ground with new people.
Start with safe topics like weather, current events, or the event itself.
Ask open-ended questions to encourage the other person to share more.
What brings you here today is better than, "Do you like it here?"
Listen actively and look for conversation threads you can explore further together.
If they mention they like hiking, ask about their favorite trails nearby.
This shows genuine interest and helps the conversation flow more naturally always.
Don't monopolize the conversation. Aim for a balance of speaking and listening.
I know someone who talks about themselves constantly in every conversation.
How do you feel when you're in a conversation with that person?
Honestly, frustrated because it feels like they're not interested in others at all.
Exactly. Good conversation is like tennis. You need to hit the ball back.
Let's talk about email communication because it's crucial in professional settings today.
Email is different from face-to-face communication in many important ways, actually.
You don't have tone of voice or body language to convey meaning.
So you must be extra careful with your word choice and phrasing.
Start with a clear subject line that summarizes the email's purpose briefly.
Keep your emails concise and organized with short paragraphs for easy reading.
Put the most important information at the beginning of the email.
People often skim emails, so make sure key points stand out clearly.
Use a professional but friendly tone, not too formal or too casual.
Proofread before sending because errors can damage your professional credibility significantly and quickly.
And respond to emails within 24 hours when possible. It's good practice.
Now, let's discuss how to handle criticism without taking it personally, always.
Criticism is hard to hear, but it's often valuable for improvement.
The key is to separate the message from your self-worth.
Criticism of your work isn't criticism of you as a person entirely.
Listen to understand what specifically they're commenting on, not to defend yourself.
Ask clarifying questions to make sure you understand their feedback completely and clearly.
Can you give me an example? Helps make vague criticism more concrete.
Thank them for the feedback, even if it's difficult to hear.
Take time to process it before responding or making changes immediately.
Some criticism is valid and helps you grow. Some isn't worth considering.
Develop the wisdom to know the difference between constructive and destructive criticism.
Let's talk about speaking with authority without being arrogant or pushy today.
Authority comes from expertise, preparation, and confidence in your subject matter completely.
It's about being assertive, not aggressive in your communication style, always.
State your opinions clearly, but remain open to other perspectives and ideas.
Use phrases like, in my experience, or based on my research properly.
This shows you have a foundation for your views without claiming absolute truth.
Admit when you don't know something rather than pretending you know everything.
Saying, I don't know, but I'll find out, shows integrity greatly.
Authority also comes from how you handle disagreement with grace and respect.
Listen to opposing views respectfully and respond thoughtfully, not defensively or angrily.
This shows confidence because you're not threatened by different opinions expressed openly.
Let's discuss improving your vocabulary naturally through daily practice and reading.
The best way to learn new words is through context and usage.
Read widely from different sources, books, articles, blogs, and more, content daily.
When you encounter an unfamiliar word, try to guess its meaning first.
Then, look it up to confirm your guess and learn the definition.
Write the word down with an example sentence that shows its usage.
Review your vocabulary list regularly to move words into long-term memory.
Use new words in conversation within a few days of learning them.
This active usage is crucial for making words part of your vocabulary.
Also, learn collocations, which are words that commonly go together in English.
For example, we say make a decision, not do a decision in English.
Learning these patterns makes your English sound more natural and fluent overall.
Let's discuss the importance of empathy in effective communication now, shall we?
Empathy means understanding and sharing the feelings of another person genuinely today.
When you communicate with empathy, you connect on a deeper emotional level.
Try to see the situation from the other person's perspective completely.
Ask yourself how they might be feeling and what they might need.
Use empathetic phrases like, I can imagine that must be difficult, sincerely.
This validates their feelings and shows you care about their experience truly.
Empathy doesn't mean you always agree, it means you understand their view.
Leaders who communicate with empathy inspire loyalty and trust from their teams.
People remember how you made them feel more than what you said.
So always consider the emotional impact of your words and tone carefully.
Now, let's talk about phone communication skills because they're still important today.
Phone calls lack visual cues, so your voice carries extra weight.
Answer professionally with a greeting and your name stated clearly at start.
Smile while you talk because it actually affects your tone positively.
Speak clearly and at a moderate pace so you're easily understood.
Avoid multitasking during phone calls because people can tell when you're distracted.
Give the caller your full attention and take notes if necessary.
If you need to put someone on hold, ask permission first, politely.
And if you promise to call back, make sure you do so.
Reliability in communication builds trust and strengthens professional relationships greatly over time, definitely.
Let's discuss how to disagree respectfully without damaging relationships today, here and now.
Disagreement is natural and healthy when handled with respect for everyone involved.
Start by finding common ground before expressing your different opinion clearly.
I understand your point and I see it differently works well.
Focus on ideas, not on attacking the person who holds them.
Say, I disagree with that approach, not you're wrong about everything.
Use questions to explore the disagreement rather than just stating your view.
What makes you think that helps you understand their reasoning better fully?
Be willing to change your mind if presented with compelling evidence.
Admitting you were wrong shows strength, not weakness in character at all.
And always end disagreements by affirming your respect for the person.
Now let's talk about using humor appropriately in communication and speaking today.
Humor can lighten the mood and make you more likable and approachable.
But it must be used carefully because humor can also backfire badly sometimes.
Self-deprecating humor works well because it shows humility and humanity in you.
Like when I joked about my terrible cooking skills last week.
Exactly, but avoid humor at others' expense because it can hurt feelings.
Also, be careful with sarcasm because it doesn't translate well in all situations.
What sounds funny in your head might come across as mean-spirited.
Read the room and adjust your humor to suit the context appropriately.
In formal settings, subtle humor works better than loud jokes and laughter.
And if a joke falls flat, don't apologize excessively, just move on.
Let's discuss meeting communication skills, since meetings are common in professional life.
Effective meeting communication starts before the meeting with preparation, always required for success.
Review the agenda and come prepared with relevant information and ideas clearly.
During the meeting, speak up, but don't dominate the conversation completely.
Wait for natural pauses to contribute rather than interrupting others constantly speaking.
When you speak, be concise and stick to the topic at hand.
Support your points with data or examples when possible for credibility.
Listen actively when others are speaking and build on their ideas.
That's a great point, and I'd like to add, shows collaboration.
Take notes on action items and follow up after the meeting.
This shows accountability and keeps projects moving forward effectively every single time.
Now let's talk about confidence-building exercises you can do daily.
Practice speaking out loud every day, even if you're alone at home.
Talk about your day, describe what you see, or explain topics aloud. This builds comfort with hearing your own voice and improves fluency naturally.
Record yourself speaking and listen back to identify areas for improvement.
Hearing yourself can be uncomfortable at first, but it helps greatly. Join speaking clubs or groups where you can practice in supportive environments.
Toastmasters is a great organization for developing public speaking skills worldwide today.
Set small speaking goals like asking a question in every meeting, daily.
These small successes build confidence for bigger speaking challenges ahead, gradually and steadily.
Visualize yourself speaking confidently before important conversations or presentations, always. Beforehand first.
Mental rehearsal actually helps your brain prepare for the real event.
Let's discuss adapting your communication style to different audiences now, here today.
A good communicator adjusts their message based on who they're talking to.
Speaking to children requires simpler language and more examples than adults.
Speaking to experts allows for more technical terms and complex ideas.
Consider their background, interests, and knowledge level when preparing your message carefully.
Ask yourself what they care about and frame your message accordingly.
With skeptical audiences, address objections up front before they raise them internally first.
With supportive audiences, you can be more direct and ambitious boldly.
Flexibility in communication style is a mark of advanced speaking skills.
Now let's talk about the importance of authenticity in communication today.
Authenticity means being genuine and true to yourself while communicating, always clearly.
People can sense when you're being fake or putting on an act.
Don't try to imitate someone else's speaking style completely or exactly.
Instead, develop your own unique voice that reflects your personality and values.
Share your real experiences, opinions, and emotions appropriately when speaking to others.
This creates trust and deeper connections with your audience or conversation partner.
Authenticity doesn't mean sharing everything or being inappropriate in professional settings.
It means being honest within appropriate boundaries for the context you're in.
Authentic speakers are more persuasive because people believe them and trust them.
Let's discuss handling unexpected questions with confidence and grace during presentations or conversations.
Unexpected questions can throw you off, but they're also opportunities to shine.
First, don't panic. Take a breath and think before responding quickly.
It's okay to pause and say, "That's an interesting question," briefly.
This buys you a few seconds to gather your thoughts properly.
If you know the answer, respond clearly and concisely without rambling on.
If you don't know, admit it honestly and offer to find out.
"I don't have that information right now, but I'll get back to you."
Never make up an answer because being wrong damages your credibility significantly.
You can also turn the question back to the audience sometimes. Does anyone here have experience with that? Engages others helpfully and effectively.
Now let's discuss improving listening skills because they're fundamental to communication.
Most people think they're good listeners, but often they're really not.
True listening means giving your full attention without planning your response simultaneously.
Put away your phone and other distractions when someone is talking.
Make eye contact and use body language to show you're engaged.
Nod, lean in slightly, and use facial expressions that match the content.
Don't interrupt or finish their sentences even if you know what they'll say.
Let them complete their thoughts fully before you start speaking your part.
Ask follow-up questions to show you were really listening carefully and closely.
"So, if I understand correctly, you're saying" is a useful phrase.
Good listening makes you a better speaker because you learn from others.
Let's discuss the role of passion in effective communication now, today, here.
Passion is contagious. When you're excited, your audience gets excited too.
Speak about topics you genuinely care about whenever possible, in presentations or conversations.
Your enthusiasm will show in your voice, gestures, and facial expressions naturally.
Even if your topic isn't naturally exciting, find something about it you enjoy. Maybe it's the impact it has or the people it helps immensely.
Connect your message to your values and let that passion shine through.
But balance passion with professionalism. Don't become overly emotional or dramatic unnecessarily.
The goal is to inspire and engage, not to overwhelm your audience.
Nobody likes someone who's screaming with excitement about everything constantly, right?
Exactly. Authenticity and appropriate enthusiasm are the keys to great communication always.
Now let's talk about handling language barriers when English isn't everyone's strength.
In international settings, you may speak with people of varying English levels.
Slow down your speaking pace without sounding condescending to them ever.
Use simple, common words rather than complex vocabulary or jargon terms.
Avoid idioms and cultural references that might not translate well across cultures.
"It's raining cats and dogs" means nothing to non-native speakers.
Instead, say "it's raining very heavily," which is clear and direct.
Check for understanding by asking questions, not just "do you understand?" because many people will say yes even if they're completely confused, honestly.
Instead, ask "what questions do you have?" to encourage them to speak up.
Be patient and respectful. Learning a language is challenging for everyone involved.
Let's discuss the importance of continuous improvement in your communication skills today, here.
Communication skills aren't something you learn once and then you're done forever.
They require ongoing practice, feedback, and refinement throughout your entire life, always.
Seek out opportunities to speak in different contexts and with different audiences.
Each experience teaches you something new about effective communication and expression techniques.
Read books on communication, watch TED Talks, and learn from skilled speakers.
Analyze what makes them effective and try to incorporate those techniques naturally.
Ask trusted friends or colleagues for honest feedback on your speaking regularly.
Be open to constructive criticism and use it to improve continuously every day.
Remember, even the best speakers are always working to get better.
Now, let's wrap up with final thoughts on speaking confidently like a leader.
Confident communication is a skill that opens doors to countless opportunities in life.
It helps you build relationships, advance your career, and make an impact.
Remember, confidence comes from preparation, practice, and a positive mindset, always throughout everything.
Start small, celebrate your progress, and keep pushing yourself to grow daily.
Don't compare yourself to others. Focus on becoming better than you were yesterday.
Every conversation is a chance to practice and improve your skills further.
Be patient with yourself because becoming a confident speaker takes time significantly.
The most important thing is to start, take action, and keep going.
Thank you so much for listening to Speak Next English podcast today, everyone, here now.
We hope you found this episode helpful and inspiring for your learning journey.
If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and turn on notifications for more.
Share this with friends who are learning English and want to speak confidently.
Leave a comment telling us your biggest communication challenge so we can help.
We love hearing from you, and we read every single comment carefully.
Remember, you have a unique voice and the world needs to hear it.
Don't let fear hold you back from expressing your ideas and thoughts.
Practice daily, stay positive, and believe in your ability to improve continuously, always.
Communication is power, and you deserve to speak with confidence and clarity.
Until next time, keep learning, keep practicing, and keep speaking English every day.
See you in the next episode of Speak Next English podcast. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, and remember, you can speak like a leader. Believe in yourself today.